Upgrading your home doesn't have to be difficult. A new door can make such a difference and it's really easy to change. So I'm going to change this old plain masonite door to something new and modern. This textured panel door. It's going to change up the area, make it look great. Really easy DIY, so let me show you how to do it. But before you go down to your local builders, measure up your frame. Make sure that you get the right size and style to suit your home. Now I've already done that and I got an 813 door, which is the South African standard and fits this frame. The tools that you'll need: a tape measure and pencil, selection of screwdrivers, a hammer, clamp, a chisel with block hammer, rubber door stops, an electric planer, drill driver with 2mm drill bit, circular saw, and a straight edge. And the materials you'll need is a replacement door, and an optional extra is to replace your hinges. Now guys, before I remove this door, I'm just going to chalk it up to support it. Now you can either make yourself some wedges, or you can use some standard rubber door stops. Now that's going to make life so much easier when I'm taking this door down. Guys, if your hinges look like this and there's a couple of coats of paint over it, it can be tricky getting those screws out. So get your screwdriver in there, give it a couple of taps with the hammer, that'll break the bond and make it much easier to remove those screws. Now when it comes to these panel doors, it's very important to make sure that it's the right way around. You'll see there's an LB on the side, and what that stands for is lock base. Inside the door, there's an extra bracing for the lock. So because we're going to be trimming this off, we might lose that marking. So what I'm going to do is just mark that on the front of the door so that I don't lose which side is which. Okay, so now we can put it into the frame, making sure that the lock base stays on the correct side. So where a second set of hands can come in useful, pushing the door onto the frame so that I can mark it up from this side. So by marking it up this way, you can accommodate for any misalignment in the frame itself. Now before cutting along the markings that we made off the frame, we need to add 3 mils for clearance. This will accommodate for the doors opening and closing. Now I'm going to make use of a nice long straight edge to join up all those lines and score a mark to cut on. With the door marked up, it's now time to cut it down to size. Now you'll see that I've got some bigger sections at around 10 mil, which I'll cut with a circular saw, and the smaller sections at under 5, I'll use the electric planer. Okay, I'm just giving it a quick sand just to take off any rough edges. Okay, moment of truth. Perfect. Chalk it up into place and then I can transfer my marks off the frame onto the door. Now that that's marked up, we can take it back outside and cut the recesses for the hinges. Now I find the easiest way to mark out where you need to chisel is to use your hinge. Lay it out in your marked lines and simply trace out the hinge. And I know that's the section I need to remove. As for the depth of the recess, just hold your hinge flush with the door and score your line underneath. Right, now it's time to chisel this out. Hardest part is making sure you have a good quality, sharp chisel. Flat edge to the back, gentle tap, and we just trace out our markings. Now that we've outlined our area, the next step is just to chisel out a few lines across. This will help you in removing the material. Perfect. Now what I like to do is drill the pilot holes and then give it a good paint. I'm using a water-based enamel, so it'll dry a bit quicker, and then I can hang it. Now that the paint's dry, we can fit our hinges into the slots. Then loosely place it into the frame. Okay, now that it's loosely in place, we can use our wedges just to lift it up and get it perfectly lined up. Fits perfect and looks great. And what an easy way to modernize your home. The next thing to do is to install the mortise lock. I'll do that in the next clip. For a range of doors available at Builders, visit the website, or for more how-tos just like this, check out the YouTube channel. Get to Builders, get it done.